Okay, congratulations if you have passed lesson 2. That means you're getting better at playing your recorder. You should feel proud. Now it's time for lesson number 3. Lesson number 3 is on page 4. Click on that. Booyaka! There's lesson 3. Now, since I have a full-fledged computer, I download the page so that I can make it, so that I can increase the size. As you just saw. Lesson number 3 introduces us to our third note. Hey, pop quiz. What 2 notes you've learned so far? What are the letter names of the notes that you've learned so far? If you said B and A, or A and B, you are correct. Give yourself a nice pat on your back. Now it's time for our third note. Let's make it bigger to see the letter G. So now we got B, A, and G. Take a look at the diagram. Don't forget the thumb is always going to be covering the back hole. So I can just take that off and then show you the 3 in the front. So again, don't forget, thumb is always going to be on your instrument. So don't take it off until you stop playing. So anyway, we're going to cover now the first 3 holes. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, tres. Pinky finger, dangling, dangling. Not going to use the pinky finger. So left hand, pinky finger. Nope, no job for you. Oh, man. I know, right? But too bad. Or maybe you could scratch your nose with this finger when you're playing. Like, what? Anyway, first 3 fingers, G. So G is going to sound like this. Heard that cool sound? That's the sound you want. Pause the video, practice G, unpause it when you have a good sound. Now let's practice the first song, my third note. Sounds like this. Here's your tempo. Don't forget to breathe. Don't forget to breathe at those breath marks. Okay, go ahead and practice the song. Repeat 3 times as it says at the end. The whole line, don't forget that. Unpause it when it sounds good and you repeated it 3 times. Now it's time for song number 2. Song number 2 reads, the title reads, my third note in rest song. Here's your tempo, or here's my tempo. Sounds like this. Cool. Did you hear that little squeaky little sound I'm playing right here? Yep, I know exactly where my little squeaky sound was because my finger almost didn't cover a hole, and that's why you got that little squeaky sound. So, as you're playing, you want to know your mistakes and you want to know how to fix them. So, practice song number 2. Practice it until it sounds good. Pause the video, practice it until it sounds good. Unpause it when you're ready for the next song. Now, the third song is a doozy. Look at this. It's 2 staves long. The double bar line is right here, which means when you play this line, you continue to the next staff and play all of that. So this song's a doozy. Hot Cross Buns. You probably heard of the title if you've been in a band, playing with Mr. Willard. If you haven't, cool song for you to play. Sounds like this. And what's cool about the song, it uses all 3 notes. The first note of lesson 1B, the note that you learned in lesson 2A, and the note you just learned in this lesson, G. Uses all 3. Now, before I play it, let's look at the difference between B and G, since they're both on a line, on a staff. B is on the 3rd line, 1, 2, 3 from the bottom. G is on the 2nd line, 1, 2 from the bottom. Now, if you can't really see, or if you still get confused right now of the lines, and you shouldn't, but if you do, just in case, here's another way that you can find the difference between B and G, and this is easier. B has the stem going down, G has the stem going up. There you go. That means B, 1 finger, G, 3 fingers. A, you should know how many fingers. I'm not telling you. If you forget, go back to lesson 2 and remember. Hot cross buns will sound like this. Here's my tempo. And that's the song. So notice, hopefully you're using your finger to follow along. I'm going to say that in every video from now on. Use your finger to follow along. If you're using your fingers and follow the tempo and follow the notes. When I got to here and got to this rest, I went straight to the next staff and played the rest of the song. Your job, practice the whole thing. You can break it up into measures and practice just 1 measure, and then practice 2 measures, practice 3 measures. Do what you need to do to play this whole song as perfectly as I did. So pause the video, practice this. You play this, you play all of this, you're really getting better if you can play all of this, plus you can play anything from lesson 2 and anything from lesson 1 at any given time. So once you're done with all this practicing, you can pause the video, of course. Oh, it's going to stop because that's the end of the lesson. Put your hand up. I'll come around and I will hear your progress. So, good luck practicing.